The Song of the Reed is a famous Persian poem that is part of the classical Persian literature masterpiece known as the Divani-Shamsi Tabrizi. The poem is attributed to the 13th century Persian poet and mystic Jalaluddin Rumi, who was also known simply as Rumi. Rumi was a Sufi mystic and a prolific poet whose works have had a profound influence on Persian and world literature. The Song of the Reed is the opening poem of Rumi's Masnavi, a collection of poems and stories that explore various aspects of Sufi philosophy and spirituality. In this poem, the reed flute symbolizes the human soul, which longs to be reunited with the divine. The poem expresses themes of separation, longing, and the spiritual journey of the soul. Rumi's poetry is celebrated for its profound spiritual and philosophical insights, as well as its timeless beauty. His works have been translated into many languages and continue to be widely read and appreciated around the world. These lines are from the famous Persian poet Rumi's work, particularly from his collection of poems known as the Masnavi. In these verses, Rumi uses the metaphor of the reed flute to convey deeper spiritual and emotional meanings. Listen to the reed and the tale it tells. Rumi invites the reader or listener to pay attention to the reed flute and the story carries, how it sings of separation. The reed's music symbolizes the theme of separation, the sense of longing, and the feeling of being apart from something or someone dear. Ever since they cut me from the reed bed, my wail has caused men and women to weep. The reed, once a part of the reed bed, has been separated, and its music evokes sadness and empathy in people. This separation and longing are a universal experience that touches the hearts of all. I want a heart torn open with longing to share the pain of this love. Rumi expresses the desire for deep emotional experiences that allow one's heart to be opened by the intensity of longing and love, creating a shared understanding of this pain. Whoever has been parted from his source longs to return to the state of his union. Rumi suggests that every soul yearns to return to its spiritual source or origin, seeking a reunion with the divine. At every gathering, I play my lament. I'm a friend to both happy and sad. The reed flute continues to play its melancholic tune, being a companion to people in both joyful and sorrowful moments, emphasizing that it resonates with the full spectrum of human emotions. Each befriended me for his own reasons, yet none searched out the secrets I contain. Rumi is describing how people may be drawn to him for their own personal motives or interests, but they often do not take the time to truly understand the deeper truths and secrets that he possesses. My secret is not different from my lament, yet this is not for the senses to perceive. Rumi is suggesting that the secret he holds is intimately connected to his expressions of lament or sorrow. However, he implies that these secrets are not something that can be easily grasped through the senses or external observation. They are of a more profound spiritual nature. The body is not hidden from the soul, nor is the soul hidden from the body. And yet the soul is not for everyone to see. Rumi uses the relationship between the body and soul as an analogy. He's saying that just as the body and soul are intertwined and not hidden from each other, the spiritual essence or inner truth of a person is not something that is readily apparent or visible to everyone. It's a deeper, hidden aspect that can only be understood by those who seek it. This flute is played with fire, not with wind. Rumi is likening the human soul to a flute, suggesting that the true essence of a person is awakened and animated by a spiritual fire, not by mere external or worldly influences represented by the wind. This fire symbolizes the inner passion, intensity, and divine inspiration within, and without this fire, you would not exist. Rumi implies that without this spiritual fire, the core of your being, your true existence, would be empty and meaningless. In other words, it is this inner fire that gives purpose and depth to human existence. It is the fire of love that inspires the flute. Rumi identifies the fire as the fire of love, suggesting that it is love that ignites and motivates the human soul. Love, in a spiritual sense, is the force that drives the flute, the soul, to produce beautiful and meaningful music. It is the ferment of love that completes the wine. Here, Rumi extends the metaphor to winemaking. The ferment of love represents the transformative and enriching power of love. Just as the fermentation process completes the making of wine, love completes and enriches the human soul, making it more profound and beautiful. The reed is a comfort to all estranged lovers. Its music tears our veils away. Rumi likens the reed to a source of solace for those who feel separated or estranged, suggesting that its music has the power to reveal hidden truths and emotions, tearing away the metaphorical veils that obscure deeper understanding. Have you ever seen a poison or antidote like the reed? Have you seen a more intimate companion and lover? Rumi asks whether anything else can be as both poison and antidote, a companion and a lover as the reed flute. He's highlighting its dual nature, which can evoke both pain and healing, making it unique and intimate companion. It sings of the path of blood. It relates the passion of Majnun. Rumi suggests that the reed's music is not just about sweetness and joy but also about the pain of love and the intense passion of Majnun, a well-known character in Persian and Arabic folklore who was deeply in love with Layla. Only to the senseless is this sense confided. Does the tongue have any patron but the ear? Rumi implies that the reed's deeper sense and wisdom are only understood by those who are in tune with their hearts and emotions. He compares the relationship between the reed and the listener to how the tongue's purpose is to speak and have its words received by the ear. Our days grow more unseasonable, these days which mix grief and pain, but if the days that remain are few, let them go. It doesn't matter, but you remain, for nothing is as pure as you are. Rumi reflects on the unpredictable and challenging nature of life, acknowledging the blend of grief and pain, yet he emphasizes the enduring purity of the divine, suggesting that this spiritual purity remains constant even as human life is transitory. All but the fish quickly have their fill of his water, and the day is long without his daily bread. The raw do not understand the state of the ripe, so my words will be brief. Rumi compares spiritual nourishment to water and daily sustenance, highlighting that some recognize their need for this sustenance like the fish in the water, while others may remain unaware. He acknowledges the varying levels of spiritual maturity and concludes that he will keep his words brief, understanding that not everyone will grasp their full depth. Break your bonds, be free, my child. How long will silver and gold enslave you? Rumi is urging the reader to break free from the constraints of material possessions and the pursuit of wealth, symbolized by silver and gold. He's encouraging a shift away from the enslaving desire for material wealth. If you pour the whole sea into a jug, will it hold more than one day's store? Rumi employs a metaphor to emphasize the futility of trying to accumulate vast wealth and possessions. The sea, representing abundance, cannot be contained in a small jug, implying that the pursuit of endless accumulation is impractical. The greedy eye, like the jug, is never filled until content. The oyster holds no pearl. Rumi suggests that the human desire for more is insatiable, much like an endlessly empty jug. He contrasts this with the idea that the oyster only produces a precious pearl when it is content and not seeking more. Only one undressed by love is free of defect and desire. Rumi's reference to being undressed by love points to a state of spiritual purity and enlightenment. He suggests that it is only in this state, where one's heart is filled with divine love, that a person becomes free from defects and desires. In other words, true freedom and contentment come from a spiritual connection, not from the pursuit of material wealth.